We're in our newspaper's sample data set, and to do a text search, what you're doing is searching your entire database of records for a particular word or phrase. And what I'm going to do first is go to a specific newspaper and search for something. So if I know that I'm looking for something in the Grass Valley Union, I can click that. And in this instance, there's 1 year, but there may be dozens of years available. What you can do is up at the search bar here, this is the text search field. I can type something that I'm looking for. And what I'm going to look for here is the person named Ann Scribner. So it can search any variation of Ann Scribner. It might just be Ann, it might just be Scribner, Ann Scribner like this, and Scribner Ann if it's reversed, or Ann and then some spaces in Scribner. So you'll see here, it searched that data set, it found 8 results. You can see the context of the search result. So what I'm going to do is click on this one up here, and it's going to take me to the image where Ann Scribner is referenced, and you can see it's highlighted all the different options. So if I zoom in, I can show you some examples. Now what you'll see is there is an Ann here. This says announcement, but because there's ANN, it did capture it. Here's Ann Scribner, the actual name, again Ann Scribner, but you can see various references to just ANN. So that is one thing you have to take notice of, that if you search for a word or phrase, it may pop up in places that you aren't actually looking for, and I'll show you how to adjust that later. I'm going to go back to the newspapers, and this time I'm actually going to search all 3 sets, but this time instead of just typing Ann Scribner like this, I'm going to put parentheses around them. Now that's making a specific search with those words that have to be in that order together. And now I have 5 results instead of the 8 that I originally had. Now I'm going to go here. You'll see that same page, all those references to ANN have been removed, and the search result I get here is Ann Scribner together. Now you'll notice that this one did not pop up like it did before. That's because there's some variation on the actual newspaper, the image, that causes the OCR text search engine to not recognize this as Ann Scribner. That is something you should be aware of. Now we're back to the newspaper sample homepage, and I'm going to search for a much more common word during this time period, Kennedy. You can see that in just less than a second, you're getting 390 results for that word, and you can see that a lot of it will tie to Jacqueline Kennedy, John Kennedy, because this is the 60s where these samples are from, that word will pop up very often. So if you have a data set of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions of records, you're able to search that entire database in either sub-second or just a few seconds and get very many results. You could be searching for a generic phrase like Kennedy or something specific like John F. Kennedy and only get that iteration of that phrase.